Focus on your mindset, because mindset is everything, and not the mindset that you have, because that sort of thinking is what got us here. We need to think in a different way. We need to focus on less of that 0 to 100 on or off mentality, and focus more on like the dimmer switch that we've talked about in the past. Stop saying to yourself, when conditions are better, then I will be able to do that. You never have control over those conditions. You only tell yourself that you do. And you sit there and you say, when this will happen, then I will. When that happens, then I will. It's almost like you're saying that I'll have control at that point, but you never actually have control. All you can control is your actions here and now. Doing what you can when you can is the only control that you have. And studies have actually shown this sort of 0 to 100 mindset is actually detrimental, where they went into some hotels and they did a study on the activity levels of people, and they went to different people in the hotel, and they said, you know, you're actually pretty active. Like out of 10, you're probably already like a 4 or 5 out of 10 in terms of activity. And then they went to the person at the front desk and they say, you know, you're not that active. Maybe you should become a little bit more active. And what the study found, which is really interesting, is what's so-called like a snowball effect. Whereas the people who were already active tended to become even more active. Once somebody believes, you know, I'm an active individual because at work I'm active, they start to actually become more active outside of work. And it was unexpected, because when they came back, they didn't expect those people to actually get more active. They expected the people who weren't active to become more active. But it does have a lot to say about our mindset and our identity where it comes to activity. Now, if you're thinking 0 to 100, then when you're in the 0 identity, you're not going to do anything ever. And that means you're never moving towards your goal. You're actually technically moving in the opposite direction. So you need to stop thinking about the 0 to 100 on or off. You need to start thinking more so of the 80-20. You need to take advantage of this snowball effect and do what you can when you can, because like I said, that's what you have control over. And then when you start now, then you can start creeping up towards this higher end of the activity levels, or this more being on. Now, even if it's something small, you need to do it, and you need to do it today. If you've got to this video right now and you haven't done what you should be doing towards your goal, because you're thinking about maybe Monday I'll do it, maybe one day when the kids go back to school, when everything sorts out, when they figure this thing out, whatever it is, if you're thinking like that, you're thinking 0 to 100. And that's the sort of thinking that got us to where we are right now. Like I said, we need to move away from that. Even if it's something small, do it, and do it today. Focus on what you can do now, and you do that again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. And guess what? In a month, in a year, you wouldn't even imagine what you could accomplish with that compounded effect. But you need to stop thinking about next week, next month, next quarter, next year, and in the process, waiting for that. You need to have the right mindset, and that mindset is do what you can, even if it's not everything, even if it's just 80% of the time, even if it's half of the time, even if it's 10 minutes, you need to do it, because you can't afford not to do it. Because if you're not doing it, guess what? You're slowly moving further and further and further away from your goal. And then you have to make up all that ground and plus more to get to your eventual result. And guess how that feels compared to just closing the gap a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So here I am saying, focus on mindset, and you would be surprised.